Hi, I'm Ravi, and this is Ravi's Bucket List. Thank you for joining me today. I'm fortunate enough to be able to tell you that I've just crossed off another item from my bucket list. This is item number 45, visit Stonehenge. So what is Stonehenge, you ask? Stonehenge is an ancient monument in Salisbury, England. I think what really interested me about Stonehenge was the fact that it was constructed by our distant cousins, that is, tribal hunter-gatherer man. It's a World Heritage Site and it's on our doorstep, so I did what any right-thinking person who's serious about their bucket list would do. I got in my car and I went to see it. Now, a disclaimer before you get mad at me and say I'm irresponsible. You will not see any masks in this video, you will not see any social distancing. They weren't really a thing in 2019, which is when I took this footage. This footage is all from before the coronavirus pandemic. It was a very different world back then, as you can imagine. However, I'm fortunate enough to be able to share it with you today. So without any further ado, let's see item number 45, visit Stonehenge.
And we're off. Quick call to my friend. He didn't take too much persuading. Got a buddy to join me. And off we go. And me and Dave just about to set off. I'm just going to show you
image
my friend
stabilization.
Image stabilization.
I can do this.
You certainly can.
And the camera will stay exactly
absolutely
the same.
stable. Yeah.
That's it.
So
there you go.
we are ready to go. Hit the road. Put some fuel in, and then we'll see you at Salisbury. So the audio was a bit lackluster here, so I've now dubbed over it. I hope you'll forgive me. This footage was actually shot on a GoPro, which I borrowed from work, so there was no external microphone or anything like that. But at any rate, it got me creating, it got me sharing, it got me putting things together. And now I've got over the first initial hurdle. I'm now really excited to move forward and put content together and share it.
Just want to give a quick shout out to my friend Dave. You'll see one of our little in-jokes in this upcoming video clip, just relating to Dave's legendary capacity to plan and administer. He's going to be gathering some inter-trip feedback in the following clip, and he's going to be collating that in his mind's own algorithm to produce a net promoter score. I think I'll just gradually ease you into a lot of our personal in-jokes. There's a number of them for different people. They're all quite strange. You probably think I'm a little bit mad. I promise you I'm not. But I do have a quirky sense of humour. I think if I just give you a small dose here and there, a bit like homeopathy, you'll build your tolerance up over time. So shout out Dave. Boom.
If you could quantify your experiences now, Ravi, all of your fulfillment and joy in life, in a tangible number, 1 to 10, how would you feel? In marketing terms, an 8 would be quite good. That'd be a promoter score. Anything below 7 would be a detractor. So that's very good. The NPS surveys of Stonehenge have been pretty good so far. I'll have to congratulate Stonehenge on its corporate performance. It's really served market demand very well.
It has. Good views, though.
Yeah, lovely. Futuristic. It's the future.
It's very day to be out here.
Oh, it really is. I love the stabilisation on this. It's just
so like you're recording yourself right now.
So, I know. Kind of. That's exactly it.
Beautiful.
Like you could. My face right now is just perfectly stabilised.
It is.
Look at that.
It is actually.
That's exactly it.
So we're almost at the monument now, people. It's a really lovely, picturesque walk as you go down to the main site. I always like to forego the shuttle bus myself and pay a bit of attention to my surroundings. Plus, you get a bit of build-up, which is always good. A bit of suspense never killed anyone.
Okay, so let's just do a bit of history while we're here. Let's talk about some of Stonehenge's background so I'll just give you some facts and some context for you so you can enjoy this video. These will just be read off my iPad. I don't quite remember as much about Stonehenge as I would like, given that it was a trip that was from 2019. So, what is Stonehenge? Found in England's Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, Stonehenge is a huge man-made circle of standing stones. Built by our ancestors over many hundreds of years, it is one of the world's most famous prehistoric monuments and one of the biggest mysteries too. Cool. When was Stonehenge built? Work started on this super stone circle around 5,000 years ago, in the late Neolithic age, but it took almost 1,000 years to build, in 4 long stages. Archaeologists believe the final changes were made around 1500 BC in the early Bronze Age. How was Stonehenge built? It's a question that's baffled people for centuries, and even to this day, no theory has been proven. How could people thousands of years ago have transported and arranged such colossal stones? A legend from the 12th century claimed that giants placed the monument on a mountain in Ireland before a wizard named Merlin magically moved the stone circle to England. Interesting. The lighter blue stones weigh around 3,600 kg each. That's the same as 2 cars. Wow. While the bigger sarsen stones each weigh a whopping 22 tons. Oof. That's amazing. That's as heavy as 4 African elephants. Oh my word, that is unbelievable. I can see why I went here. Archaeologists believe that the sarsen stones were hauled to the site on big wooden sledges from 32 kilometers away, but the blue stones have been traced to rock outcrops 225 kilometers away in Wales. What? It's thought they could have been dragged on sledges to a waterway and then floated on rafts to the building site. This is remarkable. Our ancestors were smart, they were adventurous. This is so cool. Shaping the stones would have required hundreds of hours of hard graft with stone hammers and chisels. But how were the ginormous boulders lifted to their standing position? Well, it's thought that the builders dug deep ditches for the base of the boulders. They then used ropes and strong wooden poles and frames to raise them up before packing the ditches with rocks and rubble to hold them in place. Voila! Job done!
So, being a complete newbie to any form of video capture, I ran into some technical difficulties with my GoPro at this point. I had no experience of capturing video, working with video or anything like that, and the SD card in the GoPro was actually at maximum capacity, so after some fiddling around and deleting some files, I was able to then continue with shooting. And I don't want to talk too much at this point, I just want to showcase some of this really stunning video, some fantastic scenes here. As we're walking up to the monument, you can just see it in the distance on the approach here. It's quite remarkable. And at last we have arrived at the monument itself. And everyone's taking their selfies, probably ticking off items on their bucket list themselves, and enjoying this remarkable sight. So that's one item done off the bucket list. See the monument at Stonehenge. Thoroughly impressive sight. Definitely got an interesting vibe about it. It's definitely got an interesting energy about it. Just looking at it, being around it, it's yeah, it's quite special. It's definitely quite special.
How many out of 10?
Out of 10, I want to say about an 8. I found it really an interesting sight.
And my friends, that is another one off the bucket list, and it is a pleasure to share that footage with you. I hope you enjoyed the footage as much as I enjoyed my trip to Stonehenge. Really wonderful site, a fantastic monument, really important for the history of our species, and really accessible. I mean, it took me about an hour and a half to get there. I appreciate there's a lockdown in place right now, so you possibly wouldn't be viable to go. But as soon as it is viable, I really encourage you to go out and see it. It's a wonderful place. That's all from me for today, my friends. Thank you so much for your time. If you've liked this video, please give a like. I'd love to read some comments, so if you want to post a comment, there's a box below. It'd be great to read what you've got to say. And furthermore, if you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. It'd be wonderful to share this journey with you. But for now, that's all I've got. Once again, I'm Ravi. This was Ravi's Bucket List. And my friends, I wish you all the very best. Till next time.